Final Fantasy XI, a game so large, so encompassing, so revolutionary that all could not be revealed at once. Last month you learned about the world inside. Now prepare yourself because the time has come to fully unveil Final Fantasy XI and the technology that gives it life.
これ10作以上ファイナルファンタジーシリーズってのは続いてますけど
Well, up to now, we've made 10 games in the Final Fantasy series. With the evolution of the hardware that allow people to play with each other over the internet, you can do something new and take on a new challenge and introduce new ideas into the concept of gameplay.
Up to now, massive multiplayer online games were just basically for PC users, and we wanted the console users, people who play on the PlayStation 2, to enjoy what an MMORPG game is all about.
Each Final Fantasy game has always been a step ahead with an eye towards the future. So it comes as no surprise that Final Fantasy XI is not only the first game to use the new PlayStation 2 hard disk drive, but also the first game to come with it.
With any ongoing world, you will have changes that keep taking place and have the world continue to evolve. In order to keep it fresh for the player, you need a rewritable memory device. So for Final Fantasy XI, we felt we needed to use the new hard disk drive, rather than just making it a packaged game on one DVD that can't ever be changed. We realized that the hard disk drive was essential to really make Final Fantasy XI interesting.
To increase player population and to make the game truly ubiquitous, Final Fantasy XI will be released on both the PlayStation 2 and the PC. Wherever travels and work may take you, Final Fantasy XI will always be within reach.
If you have both the PC version and the PS2 version, you can use the same account on either. So no matter where you log on from, whether it's a net cafe, whether it's from like company PC or at home on the PS2 version, they all can log on to the same information, and basically it's just a different portal to the same world.
Final Fantasy XI was conceived and developed in Japan, but its users in America are as fervently dedicated as those in the game's homeland.
The programmers from the outset had built the game so that US and Japanese players would be able to play in the same world together. Personally, I am very excited, and my other programmers are very excited about the idea of doing this because it's something totally new. And we will strive to keep this interaction going by continuing to make sure that the game runs smoothly for both the Japanese and US audiences.
We've gone to great lengths to keep the Japanese version and the English version exactly the same. So our translators have to translate simultaneously with the teams as they write the Japanese text and keep everything synchronized exactly so that from now on, every time there's an expansion pack added, the release is simultaneous in both the Japanese and US markets.
In this game, where community and communication play defining roles, your success may depend on bridging the language barrier.
For people who don't speak the same language, we strove to add a simple phrasebook dictionary, an automatic translation system where you can type a key phrase, press a key, and the words will appear in the correct language on the other person's screen. So even if you don't know enough of someone's language, you can still communicate with each other. In Final Fantasy XI, rather than just having the chats be plain text on screen, we've added the emotes, which are like emotional movements or reactions that you can do on top of your simple chatting. So for instance, when you say hello to someone, you can choose to add a wave, or you can be formal and add a proper bow.
The ultimate power of the internet ushers in unlimited possibilities of an alternate world where players' interactions extend beyond physical borders, across countries and continents. With Play Online, there are no boundaries.
Play Online will come with every game that we release in the future that will be online on PlayStation 2, and just to enable people to communicate with each other. The concept of Play Online was a gathering place for a little town. So what is in there is a chat system and a messaging system, and even if they're inside different games, you can send short messages to them to say that you're online or that you'll soon be joining them.
So the Play Online system is all about sharing and messaging, like having a friend list that you can use to talk and communicate with people.
As the game progresses, time carries on and the world changes. But don't worry, you won't be left behind.
Final Fantasy XI will have content that's downloaded by the user about every 2 months. There'll be new quests, new missions, some adjustments to the game, maybe tweak something up, tweak something down to make everything feel more balanced. It'll be an automatic download once you log into the Final Fantasy.
No bounds, no limits. As the audience and its world grows and expands, technology leads the way.
で全体という意味では今そうキャラクター
Basically, about 1 million characters have been created, and over 100,000 people are playing at any given time. Of course, this is by no means the limitation of the hardware. We're always working on increasing the size cap for each server so more people can play together.
Even in this vast RPG universe, friends can meet and play together in the same online environment. With a World Pass, you're in control.
我々が用意したワールドパスという機能を使うと
Final Fantasy XI utilizes the World Pass system. If you have friends in the real world or other friends that you've met online that you want to play together with, then you buy a World Pass. It's actually inside the game, but you speak to a non-player character who would actually sell and issue these special passwords to you. Then you just give this password to your friend and get them to input it when they create a character, which allows them to enter that world server.
There is still one crucial element breathing life into this game. You cannot see it, yet it affects the tone and mood and very essence of Final Fantasy XI as profoundly as anything else: the soundtrack.
My approach to creating the music for this online community and game was to find the right balance. Because there are all kinds of people from different backgrounds, different cultures, and different worlds, I wanted to be fair to everyone who is living and breathing and listening to the music. That is the one thing for this game that I am most proud of. The music can be listened to and appreciated by all gamers.
もともとゲーム音楽っていうのはそのゲームの画面ありき、中身ありきの
Generally speaking, with video game music you have this visual thing in front of you, and I guess you try to match up the music so that it fits the color and the personality of the game itself. But for Final Fantasy XI, since this is a world that exists online, I brought myself inside as if I was one of the party members living in Vanadil, and I looked at the kinds of music or sound I would be hearing as a person who is actually living there.
が聴いても違和感がないような曲ってのを
This being Final Fantasy, I wanted to make sure that our gamers who have followed the series would not be put in a position where they felt uncomfortable by a different style of music. I wanted to somehow maintain the styles already known and have the music be borderless, free of country lines and languages.
Final Fantasy XI has redefined the RPG genre and opened an entirely new realm in video gaming possibilities. Online play, transoceanic gamers, a transcending soundtrack, and updating features that continually present new material. With this game, technology has been seized and a new pinnacle has been reached.